Chapter 13 Sins of the Father. You are such a failure. What is wrong with you? You're worthless. You can't do anything right. Oh, you should never have been born. Slade woke up with a start. That dream again, he groaned. His new wife, Crystal, stared next to him. Slade, she murmured sweetly. What's wrong? Oh, nothing, dear, Slade sighed. Just a bad dream. Go back to sleep. Okay. Crystal leaned back onto her pillow. Of course, it wasn't nothing. Slade had been having that same dream for several nights. The yelling, the insults. It reminded him of his unhappy childhood and of his abusive father, fond of gambling. He had no idea why he would be having these dreams, though. Everything had been going quite well for him lately. He recently became king of Changelings, married the queen, and was beloved by every Changeling around him, excluding one that was currently occupying himself below the tower. He would understand if the numbers had something to do with Red Eclipse. Even after defeating him, Slade was still slightly afraid of him. But his father? Slade stopped her groan. There was no point in mulling over it now. He rolled over and went back to sleep, hoping he wouldn't have to dream again. He was wrong. The next morning, he and Chrysalis awoke together. Good morning, my handsome king, Chrysalis purred. Morning, Slade yawned. Did you not get enough sleep last night? Chrysalis noted back some of his eyes. You look tired. I'm fine, dear, Slade declared. You don't look fine, Chrysalis said finally, before softening. Slade, I'm your wife. You could tell me what's wrong. That's just it, Chris, Slade sighed. I don't know for sure what's wrong with me. Well, you should talk with Whistle, Chrysalis suggested. He's an excellent psychologist. Well, if you think it'll help, Slade sighed. I do, Chrysalis smiled. In the afternoon, Slade got to talking with Whistle. So tell me about this dream, Whistle urged. His room was set up like a therapist's office, with Slade laying back in a lounge chair while Whistle had a notepad and quill levitating inside him. Well, there isn't much to tell, really. It's just a voice yelling things at me, Slade declared. What kind of things? Whistle asked. Very mean things. It changes every time, but it always has something to do with me being worthless and a failure. The funny thing is that those are things my dad used to say to me back then, Slade mused. Your father, Whistle noted, scribbling down. Silas told me a bit about him. What is he like? A total jerk, Slade frowned. He drank, he yelled at me, he mocked me, and kicked the crap out of me. In short, he made my life torturous. And was after your mother died? Was the question. Yeah, but Dad never really got over that, Slade sighed. I guess that's when all the beatings and insults began. I see, Whistle nodded. So when was the last time you spoke with him? Before I left home, Slade sighed. When my grandfather died, I just had it. I grabbed all I needed and told my father to buck up before I ran to join the circus. And you know the rest. That was back when I was 14. About 30 years or so. You don't say, Whistle nodded. Well, it's obvious what needs to be done. It is, said Ed in confusion. Indeed. You simply must seek out your father and confront him, Whistle declared. Clearly, your dream stems from your broken relationship with him, a subconscious product of all your repressed feelings towards him over the years. Talk to him, and she'll be taken care of. Me? Talk to my father? Slade declared. No way. I left that drunken son of a mule 30 years ago, and I never looked back. It is the only way, Whistle declared. Look, Slade, you told us that the reason you and Tracy never got together was because you had fears of turning out like your father, correct? Yes, Slade muttered, the memory of his and Trixie's breakup still clear in his mind. I know your father hurt you, and made you doubt yourself. But if you don't do this, you'll end up being dealt the same hand you were when you and Trixie broke up. You cannot truly go forward into your future until you shuffle the deck and face your past. That's what your dreams are really saying, and they won't go away until you do this, Whistle declared. Fine, Slade sighed. I really hate my subconscious sometimes, as well as your attempts at card metaphors. Excuse me for trying to relate to my patients, Whistle chuckled. As Slade left Whistle's office, he bumped into Saj. Is everything okay, Slade? Saj asked. Not exactly, little buddy, Slade sighed. And I have a feeling it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Is there anything I can do to help? Saj asked. Thanks, but no, Slade declared. This is something I have to do myself. That night, Slade explained things to Chrysalis. And according to Whistle, I had to go talk with my father, he declared. And settle things once and for all. Well, if that's the case, then I'm coming with you, Chrysalis added. Say what? Said Gabe. I can't possibly ask you to wear a husband and wife. Chris smiled. We're in this together.
But what about the kingdom? Slade asked. I'm sure wisdom inside can watch over it for today, Chris said nonchalantly. Besides, you may need some more support. There's no way I can talk you out of this, is there? Slade sighed. None at all, Chris screamed. Then let's do it, Slade smiled. Finding his father was a powerful Slade. He was in the same old house his family had always resided in, within a little town outside Baltimore, named Horseshoe Heights. The carriage pulled up in front of the house and the couple disembarked. As he approached the door, Slade took note of the condition the property was in. The lawn looked dry and dead, and the house itself looked worn and in disrepair. Seeing this place in such a state brought back a couple of bad memories, and all Slade wanted to do was to go back to changing territory. However, he did not want to go through the same thing with Chrysalis as he did Tracy all those years ago, and if Whistle was correct, the only way to prevent such an event was to shuffle the deck. As soon as the two arrived at the door, Slade took a deep breath. Then, with a bit of hesitation, he knocked on the door. There was no answer. Slade knocked harder. Go away! A voice from within yelled. Slade narrowed his eyes. Already this idea was starting to turn sour. However, he refused to call it quits. Charging up his horn, he buzzed the door open with a jolt of magic. Was that really necessary? Chris admonished. He wasn't going to answer either way, Slade defended. Inside the house was even more squalid than the outside. Wallpaper was peeling at the walls, the furniture was shipping threadbare, and a large number of empty bottles littered the floor. The one item that was in fairly good condition was a portrait of a 6-year-old Slade with his parents. His mother had a pink coat and a royal blue mane. Slade had clearly inherited her eyes. What is the matter with you? The old sound growled within. He had a grey coat, a dark blue mane that fame of age, a stubble beard, green eyes, and a cutie mark of 5 cards significant a full house. What part of Galway did you not under? The stallion stopped when he realized who was standing before him. Dad, said Slade quietly. Slade, Final frowned. It's been a while. Not long enough, Slade grumbled. So, the mystifying extraordinary state of hoofs decided to come home after all these years, Final muttered. Last saw you told me to go buck myself. And I remember you chuckling in beer bottom and telling me to never come back, Slade growled. Even when sober, you had a bad aim. At least I could actually throw something, you little pansy, Final started. Kristen entered the house. Holy, Final stepped back, his tone sparking. Relax, Dad, Slade rolled his eyes. This is just my wife, Chrysalis. He turned to his wife. Chrysalis, this is my dad, Final Gambit. Nice to meet you, Mr. Gambit, Chrysalis curtsied. Final remained silent before grimacing. You buried a bug? Is this supposed to be a joke? He spat. Charming, Chrysalis growled. She's not a bug, Slade said testily. She's the queen of changelings. And since I married her, which makes me a king. King of the bugs, Final said flatly. Should I say congratulations? Because that does sound at least a bit worthy of the compliment. Typical, Slade frowned. No matter what I do, no matter what I accomplish, you always have to tear me down. Maybe that's because you haven't really done anything with your life, Final rebutted. Oh, like you have? Because all you ever did was get drunk off your flank, splatter tough vocabulary and hit stuff, Slade yelled, including me. Oh, here we go, Final snorted. I'd have thought you'd have gone out with the whiny brat face by now. Whiny brat? Slade snorted. Ever since Mom died, you treated me as your emotional and physical punching bag. Oh, please, you're over-exaggerating, Final scoffed. Over-exaggerating? Slade repeated. Over-exaggerating? You stupid son of a... He then threw off his jacket. What are you doing? Final sighed. Slade took off his shirt, showing off different scars and bruises all over his body that had been given to him by Final over the years. Remember this, Dad? He pointed to a small but deep cut on his side. When you smashed that bottle on me? He then indicated an indentation on his chest. Or how about the time you bucked me in the chest, just for spitting out a turn? Or in my personal favorite, kicking my hoof so hard it broke. I could do this all day. How could you? Chrysalis gasped. He's your son. Oh, please, Final snorted. And if you beat me wasn't bad enough, the worst was just as icing on a cake. Slade nodded. You call me a pack mule, burtle, waste of horseshoes. You blame for everything that went wrong in our credit life, and in turn made me feel like nothing. That's because you were nothing. Ever since Country died, you became a whimpering fool, crying for his mummy. Final sneered. And if that was enough, you always waste your time with my old man, learning stupid card tricks. You are such a hypocrite, Slade roared. When you are busy being an angry drunk, you blubber like a baby. And for your information, I wasted my time with Grandpa, because unlike you, he was there for me. What's that supposed to mean? Found a snore. Dad, I was a wreck when Mom died, said Grout, his eyes growing misty. All I wanted was some point to tell me that things were going to get better. That everything would be okay. But it wasn't okay. My entire childhood became not because of you. He shoved Final back. Me? Final yelled. Yes, sobbed Blake, no longer about to conceal his tears. I spent every waking hour being afraid of you. Afraid that one mistake would set you off and I would end up with knots scar on my body. Heck, I was too afraid to sleep at night, thinking that you might kill me in my sleep. I only felt safe when I was with Grandpa. But even then, it didn't take away the fear that you would actually kill me in drunken rage. Slate, Chrysalis whispered. Well, I didn't exactly see you reporting me to Sergeant or the guards, Fun grunted. You stick around for a while before you got sick of me. That's just a thing, Slate shouted, coughing a bit as he wiped tears from his eyes. But you know fear as they were streaming down his face. The only reason I stayed was because Grandma told me that things would get better. For 6 years I kept on hoping, praying, begging that you would stop drinking. For 6 years. I defended you when points gave out when I got the scar or why I had a limp. For 6 years I lay awake crying at night, hoping that one day you would hold me in your house and say you loved me, and things would be alright from now on. Those 6 years I would never get back. Satan pulled out a familiar notebook, which Fawn recognized. When Grandpa passed away, I didn't have any money left. I had no friends. My school life was a joke, and you were still the same abusive drunk. The night after the funeral, after you spent an hour whipping me with the bell for talk with my mouth full, I knew that I was going to survive 4 more years of abuse. So with a deck of cards, this notebook, and the clothes on my back, I finally stopped living in fear and went off and joined the circus, and for once, I was happy, Cycles declared. Happy? You're a fucking carny, Fawn snorted. Well, it's only beat hanging around you, said Grout, putting away his book. But, even after I left you, you still hunted me. Like how? Fawn huffed. Oh, have you known, Dad? I actually had married her before Chrysalis, Trixie Lulamoon. I loved her very much, but she wanted to start a life with me. Marriage, kids, a house on the hill. I pushed her away because I was afraid of becoming like you, Slate declared. Like me? Fawn found in frustrated confusion. Yes, Slate glared as he took out a small smashed hips flask. He tried by Woods a while back, and chucked it to the ground, confused and found it further. Ironically enough, when I came of age, I took up drink to take the edge off of a bad day. And when Tracy asked me to leave the circle with her, all I could think of was me turning to drunk like you, and putting her in any case we might have had through the same living tortures I went through. In the end, Tracy ended up leaving me and finding another stallion, and I ended up hating myself. Until I met Chrysalis. Thanks to her and the 2 greatest friends I could ask for, I finally found the happiness I've been looking for. Oh, Slate. Chrysalis gave a small blush at the notion. The room went silent as Final thing growled. So, did you really come back just to gloat how great your life had become? Do you expect me to apologize? He sneered. No, that's not, Slate defended confidently, but Final cut him off. Newsflash, boy. Your life is no better off than it was when you left. You're still that sniveling fool, weak and pathetic. And to think that marrying some dumb bug and becoming a Lord of Flies nutcase would change that? Well, you got another thing coming, Final snarled. How can you speak that way to your own son? Chrysalis guessed. Because he is my son, Fawn declared, and it repulsed me that he came from my loins. Slate's eyes widened as Chrysalis' hoof smacked Fawn on the cheek. The older opponent was caught off guard by such an attack. You're unbelievable. When Slate told me about you, I didn't want to believe that a father would hold such ill regards for his own fault that he was supposed to love and nurture. But now, I have never seen such ungratefulness, Chrysalis growled. Like you can talk, Queenie. Who was the one who tried to take over Canterlot in the Crystal Empire? Fawn sneered. I should know that buck like you would set for a loser like him. Why, you, Chrysalis snarled, her arm sparkling. Slate is not a loser. He is the kindest, strongest, most caring stallion I've ever met. I am proud to be his wife. My people are proud to have him as their king. That's enough, Chris, Slate sighed, putting up a hoof. It's obvious that nothing's changed. Slate gave a cold stare at Final. You're still that same heartless, uncaring jerk you always were. I should never have come here. And why did you come here? Final glared. Because I haven't heard a dilly squawk from you for 30 years. And then out the blue, you blasted out my door, telling me you married Chandler and became king, and go on and on about how I messed you up. Why, Slate? Why now? Slate was silent for a moment. He finally let out a sigh. Because I wanted to settle things, Slate answered. Because I still had numbers about those dark days, and that maybe getting closer would make them go away. I just wanted to put the past behind me. And maybe, deep down, I hope that you might have changed, become a better stallion over the years. Finals glared softly, but then he turned away. Well, I'm sorry to have disappointed you, Your Majesty, he bitterly remarked. I am too, Slade muttered, because for what it's worth, even after all you did to me, all the crowd you put me through, I could not find in myself to hate you. Finals urged perked a bit. I don't know why. Maybe it is because you're hurt just like me, or that thing they call Stockholm Syndrome, I don't know. But I still love you. I hope that there was a part of you that felt the same way. Guess I was wrong. He then turned away. Come on, Chrysis, we're leaving. But Slade, Chrysis frowned. Forget it, Slade sighed as he went towards where the door was once, using his much levitate door back to place. I've tried my best, but in the end to him, I'm nothing. I just have to accept that you're wrong. What? Slade turned around. Final turned around to face him, and Slade surprised his eyes watering. You're nothing to me, Final muttered. You're my son, and I'm proud of you. Proud? For what? Slade asked. Proud that you haven't turned out like me, Final declared. You didn't become a spiteful, bitter drunk that had it out for the world for taking the woman you loved and took it out on the foe you had with her. Like me, you went out into the world and did something with your life, while I was away here. In the end, you became Bastion to me. Dad, Slade whispered. Look, I don't think a half-butt apology is going to make up for everything, or anything for that matter. If I could take back all the things I did, I would. But I can't, and I doubt there's anything I can do or say to earn forgiveness. But I will say and do this. Before Kristen Slade could say anything, Vaughn did something that Slade himself would never have saw coming. Even if words were to spell another prophecy. Final hugged. Slade seized up, never having received such a friendly and meaningful sort of contact from his father in decades. I love you, son. Don't know if it means anything anymore. But I do, Final whispered. To Slade, hearing those words from his father's mouth struck a chord in his mind. For once in his life, all the bad memories he had of his father, all the abuse, all the insults, everything, seemed to have faded away. They were still there, but to feel his father's loving embrace, it made things okay. Soon Slade returned to embrace, hugging him tightly as the waterworks came. That's what I ever wanted from you, Dad, Slade half smiled, half sobbed. Kristen looked down with a warm smile on her face. While she may not be Cadence, the princess of love, she was a changeling, and she could sense the love coming from them. There was nothing off about it. Final Gambit, the father who abused her husband, still loved him very much. It just took a long while to get it all out there. What do you say 3 of us start over? Final asked. I'm cool with that, Slade smiled. As am I, Chris agreed. Come and sit down, Final added. You got more than a little catching up to do. Starting with how you wound up becoming a king of a bunch of changelings. It's a long story, Slade smiled. I got nothing but time, Final smiled. Slade and Chris stayed at Finals for a few hours before deciding to head home. Now don't go be strangers, you hear? Final requested. Never again, Slade smiled. And try to like up the drink, okay? I think I can swing that, Final grinned. For some reason, I don't think I'll be needing it anymore. Father and son embraced in another hug. Goodbye, son, Final smiled. See you soon, Dad, Slade whispered. Soon the carriage took off, and Slade let out a long, joyous sigh. I feel wonderful, Slade smiled. Wise was right all along. I had to face my past before I could deal with my future. Ah, future, my love, Chris nudged him. You handled yourself with dignity back there, and I never felt proud of you. One of the many reasons I love you. Thanks, Chris, Slade smiled. I couldn't have made it do that if it weren't for you. Isn't that what a spouse is for? Chris hugged him. Is it important to lend strength to each other? Sure is, Slade agreed. I don't think I'll have any more sleepless nights from now on. Oh, I don't be so sure about that. Chris assented in a sultry tone. She punctuated her statement with a kiss. Then again, I think sleep is overrated. Slade chucked, returning the kiss with more fever. Back in Final's house, Dell's son was gazing at the family portrait. I got a second chance, conjurer, he smiled wistfully. A second chance at being a father. And I'm not going to screw it up. I promise you.